Hello everyone, I'm Robert Furneaux. I go by Bob, and I'm going to be your instructor for this JUS110 course. The shell you're looking at is for the 7299 shell. Uh, if you're in the 9113 class of JUS110, your shell may look slightly different, but it'll have all the same information as what you're looking at here. So anyway, like I said, I am your instructor for this course. To find out more about me, you can click on this link here. It's the explanation, tells you about me, anything you may want to know. If you have questions or you'd like to discuss what I do and what qualifies me to be an instructor for this class, feel free to give me contact me through any of the ways that are listed here in the class. So I want to take an opportunity to just kind of welcome you to class and go over some of the requirements and what you should expect for the duration of this part of the semester. So let's take a look at the syllabus. If you go to the side, like I said, depending on which shell you're looking at, it may come up as it is here, or you may need to click on the link up at the top, and that'll bring up a Word document that has all the information that you're looking at. So I'll go ahead and open that up. Now I'm using a Mac, so yours may be, if you're using a Mac, it should be the same. If not, it'll be at least similar to what you're looking at here. So anyway, and also I want to mention, if you hear what sounds like heavy breathing or snoring in the background, I have three large dogs, three Akitas, and they are sleeping all around me, and they all snore. So if you hear that, that's what it is. If it's distracting, I apologize. But anyway, so you will need a textbook for this class. So if you have not yet purchased it, make sure you do, because this is a 7.5 week course. It's very compressed, so you want to make sure you have all the material to make sure you don't get behind, because there's going to be an awful lot of reading. If you've taken online classes in the past, you recognize that there is going to be a lot of reading, so you don't want to get behind. Another, if you haven't already obtained it, the APA manual is another good book to have, and that's not just for this class. It's going to be, especially if you're new in your college career, it's something you're going to use repeatedly, and it's a good reference to have. So you can go ahead. I'm not going to read this all to you. I expect you all can read. And so as you go down, let's get to the important parts. Okay. It is important that you pay attention to the assignment due dates, and there is listed assignment due dates in the shell. That's right here. You can open that up and it'll give you the assignment due dates. It's important that you manage your time, and I understand this is the time of year where we start getting into the holidays, but if you don't manage your time, you're going to have difficulty, especially with the online course. Also, if you are using some type of obscure or unusual computer or document other than Word or Pages, if you're using a Mac, let me know what you're using. Contact me early on to make sure that what you're using is compatible and that I'm going to be able to read it, because we don't want to be dealing with that as we're getting busy with the rest of the course. So scrolling down, you'll see that obviously this is all online. You're going to be reading a lot out of your textbook. There is some reading also included with the various lessons, the modules that you're going to have throughout the course. And so there are 8 learning modules. And you'll see those going down on the left-hand side there. You're going to have 2 papers that are due. In each of those papers, they're going to require at least 3 written pages in APA formatted. They have to be APA formatted web research papers. So, like I said, they have to have 3 of the pages have to be written. That does not include your title page and your references page. And that's minimum of 3 pages. Of course, you can write more, but pay attention and make sure that you are doing what is required for the assignment. Other than that, you're going to be you're going to be including and writing discussion posts every week. And it is important that what you write, they need to be comprehensive. They have to demonstrate that you understand the topic. So, just a couple simple sentences is not going to suffice. It's not going to be acceptable to meet what is required for the discussion posts. And as I've listed and read here, I do not accept late work. It is your responsibility. This class is 7.5 weeks. You need to make sure you manage your time. Now, I understand that life gets in the way, and I understand that, but if something comes up, some type of an emergency that you know that something is going to be late, I need to be contacted immediately. And I don't want to get contacted. I don't want an email at 10 o'clock on the night that something is due telling me, whatever your excuse is. If something is coming up, if there's an emergency, you need to contact me immediately. And I will, whether or not your late work is accepted is going to be on case to case. It's going to be a case to case decision on my part, and generally I will not accept it. So make sure that you get everything in on time. Don't save everything until the last day. If you're saving everything until if you're saving your papers to write them, you're not starting it till 9 o'clock on the night that it's due. You're not managing your time well. So make sure you're getting everything to me as it's supposed to be. And also understand that technical issues, especially technical issues at the last minute, are not an excuse for late work. There's a couple of extra credit assignments that are going to be in this class, so you can read those as you go if you need some extra points. And so throughout the course, you are going to have multiple quizzes. This first week, it's just going to be it's going to be a quiz on your syllabus, which is what we're kind of going over now. But after that, each week you're going to have at least 20 multiple choice quizzes that you'll be responsible for completing, along with at least a discussion. Now, your initial discussion every week, other than this week, this is of course, we're starting halfway through the week, so this is very short. You're going to be very busy this week. Make sure you get your initial post. This week is going to be your introduction. And if this is your first or one of your first online classes, it might be a good idea. Write up a little bio on yourself, introducing yourself, just kind of telling about you. If you're working, whatever your academic history is or whatever you'd like to share, family interests or whatever, write that up and just save it somewhere. It'll save you time, especially in classes like this where you're going to have a lot to do in the first few days of class. And that way you can go ahead and you can post your well-written introduction into the discussion, and that'll at least take care of that, so you don't have to sit down and rewrite that every class. So you're going to do an introduction this week. There'll be a quiz on the syllabus, and also you're going to have another discussion, which I'll go over here in just a minute. So here here's your rubric for your discussion posts, showing how many points you'll get. And then goes down and it shows you your web research papers, what's required for those. And of course, as you're reading this, if you have any questions or if you need clarification, please contact me. I am readily available, or I shouldn't say readily available, but I will always be available to answer any questions you have. Of course, I work a regular job during the day, Monday through Friday. So if you reach out to me during normal business hours, I may not get back to you immediately depending on how busy I am, but I will always get back to you timely. And if we need to talk, if it's something where we need to actually communicate by phone, we can do that. I'm always available to make sure that you understand what is required and make sure that you're successful. So there's the rubric for the web research papers. And then the writing guidelines. It is important that you are writing well. Online classes are unique in that you don't have me up in front or another professor standing in front of you making sure that you understand the material that we are presenting or I am presenting to you. You're getting the material by reading, and you are going to be reading a lot in this class. Just like if you've taken online classes before, it includes a lot of reading. You're going to be doing a lot of reading and quite a bit of writing. And the reason that you're doing quite a bit of writing, probably more writing in an online class than you would be doing in an in-person class, is that the only way that I know that you're actually doing the work and that you're understanding the material that's being presented is by you writing about it and articulating back to me in writing that you have a comprehensive understanding of the material. So it's important that you write well. If you don't write well, there are writing resources, and you will be encouraged to use those resources if what I'm getting is not up to speed. When you graduate from NAU, it's expected that you are able to write well. This degree, when you have it, will mean something, and it'll be an accomplishment. And um, you know, so make sure that it's writing well is an ongoing um, skill, if you will. And even I've been writing for a long time, and I've completed a lot of school, and I pick up a dictionary and I pick up different resources to make sure that I'm writing correctly. So that is just a part of your college experience, and understand that it is normal if you have to continually seek out information to write better. So anyway, going down, um, this is the APA formatted cite. This is how you would cite this reference for your textbook. So this is what we would call a hint that you can actually copy and paste that somewhere. So that is your properly formatted how you'd cite the book, which you probably will. And understand that as you go through here, not only are you going to be using your textbook as a reference, but you're also going to be using other resources. And if you've taken online classes and you're used to using just going to a search engine, whether it be Google or Yahoo or Bing or whatever your preferred search engine is, for your NAU classes or any classes you're taking, you should be looking for information inside the school's library. And I have included in the announcements here. Stand by. Well, inside your contents page, where you've got your syllabus, your assignment due dates, here's where you're going to find writing resources. And in here, you will find, and I go over this in one of the other videos that I provided for you, but you have an APA formatted Word document that you can use, and that's further explained actually if you go into your Module 1. I have some videos that if you watch this video, the Klein Library Review, it's a video that I've created. It shows you how to use the school's library. It's basically the Google that you should be using to find information for what you're writing about in class. And it also, in that video, it's going to show you that there are ways to find because one of the difficulties I had in the classes I took when I was completing my degrees is getting the citation right, the APA formatted citation for your reference. Where when you use the school's library, generally there is an example that is already given, so you can use that. It really saves you a little bit of time, especially if you're not super savvy with APA formatting. But pay attention, watch this video. It's definitely worth your time. And unless you are, again, really familiar and savvy and competent with APA, watch this other video that I've created. It's going to give you some hints, and it's going to help you be successful. It's definitely worth your time. So I appreciate you watching this video. if you send me a message through the messenger here, through the class, send me a message that you've watched this video to its completion, and also that you've watched the other videos that I provided. I know it's a little time consuming, and this week you don't have a lot of time, but send me a message letting me know that you've watched them to completion, and you will get an extra 2 points. And let's see, so for this week, actually, hold on a second. So, well, yeah, that's something important that you should really pay attention to. This critical thinking, read this. This is something that, especially if you're getting into, well, whatever career you are planning to get into, it's really good that you have critical thinking. But especially if you're looking to get into a career in law enforcement or something actually related to what this class is teaching about, it is important that you're able to critically think and you're able to discern fact from fiction, because in today's society, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So this is a good article. It's definitely worth your time to read it. And so this week, your discussion questions, let's go down. You've got your intro, and then you're going to have your Module 1 discussion. What this is asking for, and you're not really going to start reading your textbook by the lesson anyway, not until next week, but it's a good idea to get started reading the chapters in your textbook, because it's just a way to get ahead, because as the weeks go on, you're going to get to where you're going to have a lot of reading, more reading than you're probably going to want to be doing. So if you get a head start on it, it'll just be less work as you get further along. So, but your first week, your module discussion, and this is due by Sunday, is you're going to address which areas of the criminal justice system you're most interested in, why, and then there's 3 other bullet points following that. And what that's asking is, in the area of criminal justice, meaning, are you interested in law enforcement, whether that be local police, federal agent of some sort, or are you interested in something in the corrections field, or are you pursuing going on and maybe being a prosecutor or a judge or something once you get up into that level of the justice system? So just write about that, and of course why, and then also you're going to include the other 3 bullet points, and this is something where you may need to go to the Klein Library and find information that supports whatever it is that you're presenting. So if you have any questions about how to do that or what exactly is required, please contact me through the ways that are described in the syllabus, and I will get back to you, and we'll get those questions answered as quick as we can. So I look forward to working with you. Welcome to class, and hope you're having a great week. I know it's going to be a busy week, especially this first half week of the class. So hope you enjoy it, and I will be communicating with you again soon.